folks. Welcome into the News 12 Now Desk. Thanks for joining us here on this, Thursday, May 16th, 7 o'clock here on our Thursday morning. We are back with another edition of the FastCast. So let's get right into it this morning. Happening today, Piedmont Augusta reopening their doors. That was actually set to happen right here at the top of the hour, just now at 7 o'clock. This is on the Wrightsboro Road location, the Somerville Hospital campus, formerly known as Trinity Hospital. The ER closed back in 2020 after being used as an inpatient hospital during the pandemic. Officials hope reopening the hospital will help shorten longer ER wait times. It hasn't been a fixture of the community, has long been a fixture of the community, but hasn't been utilized as a hospital in recent years, like I said. But it has been working as a nurse training program for Augusta Tech, and a few outpatient services have been available too. But services are being scaled up again with a 24-hour, 15-bed emergency department, a 12-bed inpatient unit, and new and enhanced imaging services, plus the ability to expand as needed.
And we're just excited to reopen the campus for the emergency department services, inpatient services, and the revamped radiology department. We just know that it's going to be such a great asset to this community.
Augusta Tech will still have its own wing at the hospital, and outpatient services will still continue. Well, AU President Dr. Brooks Keel gave his final State of the University address yesterday. This comes after Keel announced he would be retiring this summer. During his speech, Dr. Keel highlighted past and present accomplishments from the Wellstar MCG Health Partnership to seeing an increase in enrollment every year. And this year, student enrollment surpassed 10,000 students, growing faster than other universities in the state.
We are sad that Dr. Keel is leaving. He's just such a nice guy. He has guided the ship through name changes, through difficult times. But the one thing that his legacy will be is that he has set us up for the future.
You all so much for what you do day in and day out to make this place. You have an awful lot to be proud of. So thank you so much. And one more time, go Jags!
Dr. Keel has some 6 weeks and change before his retirement. He's moving to the Florida Keys, but says he's excited to continue to watch the university grow. Another big change coming for AU and several other Georgia colleges for that matter. The ACT testing will be returning in the fall of 2026. The requirement was lifted during the pandemic. Under the new policies, schools can require a test score starting in the fall of 26, but they do not have to require one. AU, though, going to. Payne College says it is suspending benefits for employees. The college says because of the rising cost of maintaining health benefits for employees, it's pursuing a much more cost-effective provider. The school was unable to reach an agreement with its recent provider, which led to the cancellation of coverage, but vision and dental coverage will remain active. A former warehouse assistant for Augusta National has pled guilty to taking millions of dollars worth of stolen Masters memorabilia, including green jackets belonging to Arnold Palmer and Ben Hogan. Richard Glebinski is accused of taking the items to Tampa from 2009 until about 2022. Prosecutors say the total loss to Augusta National was more than $3 million. Glebinski sold the merchandise to an online broker for about $5.3 million. The conviction is punishable by up to 10 years in federal prison. A former school aide in Glen Hills is now a convicted sex offender and has been sentenced to 10 years. Corey Rollins took a plea deal yesterday, pleading guilty to criminal attempted child molestation. He still has 2 pending charges in Richmond County, accused of sucking, licking, and kissing a child's foot at Urban Air Adventure Park last year. Now, deputies arrested Rollins twice last year for molestation and attempted child molestation while he was already out on bond for a different case. Then he struck a third time, asking to see a child's foot in a neighborhood in Columbia County. Now, during Rollins' sentencing, that child's mother spoke out, saying her son has not been the same since.
Prior to this event, my son had minimal social and anxiety issues. However, the interaction with Mr. Rollins has impacted my son even more. He does not want to be seen or approached outside of his home.
I just want y'all to know that I'm very sorry, and I want to make amends to the community and to my future. And I wish for a better chance in life, or for a better life coming forward.
Rollins was also ordered to pay a public defender application fee, a public defender representation fee, and has been banned from Columbia County. He can only come back for probation purposes. 4 people, including a child, are dead from a car crash in Millen. That's according to Georgia State Troopers. They say it happened this past weekend on Highway 25 near Gaze Hill Church Road in Jenkins County. Responding troopers learned 2 cars crashed into each other and say one of them caught on fire. Officials pronounced Jacqueline Johnson, William Johnson, Shanice Sanders, and 3-year-old Zoe Wright died at the scene. Troopers will continue to investigate. 5 Georgia men, including one from Washington County, have been sentenced to a federal prison in connection to a dogfighting operation. Authorities say 96 dogs were rescued in an operation spanning multiple counties as part of a drug trafficking investigation. The dogs were rescued from Johnson, Lawrence, and Emmanuel counties. The DOJ says 28-year-old Terry Gilmore of Sandersville is facing nearly 2 years in prison after pleading guilty to conspiracy to violate the Animal Welfare Act. CNN announced this week they would host a debate between President Biden and former President Donald Trump in Atlanta coming up here pretty soon. It may be a sign of how Georgia is one of the big swing states when it comes to the presidential landscape in 2024. Officials announced it'll be on June 27th, that debate. Live coverage will start at 9 o'clock that night, and the presidential candidates also have agreed to debate against each other a second time in September. Details are going to be released from that one later. Senator John Ossoff is scheduled to visit Augusta tomorrow. The senator will join Wellstar MCG Health, marking the delivery of 2 new MRI suites. And at 11, he will join Augusta Regional Airport and community leaders there for a ribbon-cutting ceremony to celebrate the recent passenger terminal upgrades at the airport. This comes as Senators Ossoff and Raphael Warnock are announcing $3 million in funding for both Augusta Regional and Daniel Field airports. Happening today, voters in Aiken County have another chance to weigh in on a 1% sales tax for the Aiken County School District. It's the same tax that paid for construction projects at Aiken High School, North Augusta High School, Lavelle McCampbell Middle School, and Ridge Spring Monetta's K-12 campus. In November, voters will have the opportunity to continue the penny tax or end it. Excuse me. That meeting will be at 6 o'clock at Silver Bluff High School. Also happening later this morning, there's going to be a graduation to the Workforce Job and Resource Fair. Organizers say this is to help high school seniors and college graduates find what they need. Plus, there's going to be food trucks and other other hands-on activities for skilled trades. That's going to be happening at Millbrook Baptist Church from 10 to 2. In Georgia, teacher retention is down, with 31% of teachers saying they are unlikely to be in the industry for the next 5 years. But Columbia County is looking to combat this trend. Yesterday, the school district celebrated all of their first-year teachers and saw more signing letters of intent to enter the field.
We're so proud of what they're able to accomplish, and we need to build up that profession. We shouldn't have a teaching shortage. We should really be celebrating our teachers and what they're able to accomplish for our entire community.
The district also has a hiring fair coming up next week for all positions. For more information on that, you can head to our website. A group of leaders in the cyber industry committed to connecting students to the cyber world. Yesterday, we stopped by the inaugural Georgia Cyber Innovation Summit at the Georgia Cyber Innovation and Training Center to see how leaders are teaching the next generation about the field and how they're working to bridge gaps in the cybersecurity workforce. All right, Sound didn't want to play on that one, but they are saying they hope this event grows every year. So you can always find out about these stories and much more on our website, WRDW streaming app, and subscribe to our WRDW News 12 YouTube channel so you don't miss anything we've got going on here at the station. That's going to do it for the FastCast. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll have another FastCast at 11:50 before the midday newscast, and then, of course, you can always catch Morning Mix also coming up at 9 o'clock. Thanks for tuning in.